shit. Started early. Just got to pause the video here so I'm not limiting the bandwidth. It's been a while since I did a live stream. The last time I tried with Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I was getting massive like drops in quality after about 15 minutes. I did have the game at 1440p back then. I'm running at 1080, but this could be a problem. So, yeah, like I said, I started early, so I'm just gonna mess around for a little bit till I see somebody joins. This is actually a tomb. Yeah, I didn't do it yet. So I started the game over. And my second playthrough because I'm trying to... What's up, Laker Link? I'm trying to settle on my game of the year. And I'm having trouble. So I'm replaying this as far as it needs to for me to like try to place it. And it's playing a little choppy for me, so. But yeah, I'm really torn with I mean, another game just entered the mix, so I'm really like struggling because four of the games I feel are my top four are so different. And tell me how the game audio loud. It's loud in my ear, so I'm inclined to turn it down. Actually, I can just do that. Laker Link, somebody, how's the game audio? God damn it, video output low. What is going on? Alright, I'm back. I gotta figure out. I dropped the gameplay to 720p, 30 frames per second. Lowered the bit rate. So, hopefully. And, hey, Ruby, yeah, nothing to do with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, even though I have some opinions on how shitty that game looks. I thought it was a mobile game being ported to Switch. But yeah, as I was saying, we'll see how long this stream health stays green. I'm replaying this because I need to get a second opinion on how I feel about this game as it relates to my Game of the Year decision, which has proven to be very difficult compared to last year's, which was pretty easy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to solve this puzzle and talk. So yeah, that's why I'm playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Hopefully, I had to drop the quality, so hopefully it doesn't look too terrible. But you know, I got to figure this out. I never had a problem before till the last time, and I forgot I had the problem. That's why I haven't done a stream. How's the audio? Game audio versus my voice. So yeah, I got a couple things I want to talk about first, but I want to make sure the stream health stays because it dropped pretty quickly last time. I've already done this puzzle, so I ain't got to do too much thinking. I did it in my first playthrough, obviously, so now I just got to remember what to do. That's right. That guy, I think, now I think it'll stay up somewhat. Maybe not, though. Okay, that's not going to lock in place. I got to do the other side first. That's right. See, there's a lock mechanism right here, so I need to unlock this. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, game of the year discussion. The other thing I want to talk about, which I've been harping on for a while now, PlayStation Classic. Just got a price drop already, $60, down from 100. And I have a feeling the store shelves are still full, like they were on launch day. And I have a feeling it's just gonna have to continue to drop in price. So what is the price where you think I could pick that up, you know, for that price? For me, if it like dropped to like $30, I might pick it up just for the historic value of it, of how much of a failure it was. You know, I don't know if that's, and maybe be a rare collectible someday. So if you guys are watching this live, I forgot to, god damn it, I forgot to shoot my rope. What's a price where you're like, all right, I would at that price I would pick it up. I may never play it, but I would pick it up. For me, $30, I would consider it, like I said, for the historic value. Someday it's going to be rare if I live long enough for it to be, you know, a sought after collectible. You know, just a conversation piece or something, but no way I'm paying any more. And Ruby got an NES Classic. I think the NES Classic's overpriced at $60. The Super NES at $80. It's for me is a little steep. But you know, if I got it, I would open it up. You know, I would play the Super NES Classic for sure versus the PlayStation. So we talked about it from the beginning. I'm not gonna be able to. Yep. When in the Juices Loose podcast, we talked about the terrible lineup of games, and then turns out the emulator was terrible, and like this could be like E.T., the Atari version of E.T. levels of fucking have to, like, they're gonna have to fill landfills with these things, because I really don't think it's ever gonna be a success. Obviously it's already pretty much a failure, and people talk about emulation and stuff. Like Mezza T said, it doesn't have the DualShocks controller, so like what games are you gonna add to it that you're actually gonna be able to, like a 3D game where you're gonna want to have analog sticks for some of these games, maybe not all of them, but 3D platformers and stuff. I mean, it's just gonna work better with a you know, an analog stick, but you're stuck with a D-pad. All right, what the hell do I got? Can I make this jump? It's Lara Croft. Of course you can make a jump. Why would you waste money on a terrible plug-and-play console to hack? I think it looks cool. If, like Mezza T, like again, he said, if it had the DualShock and you could put some cool games on there, and the thing's already $60. I mean, for 100, for hell no. But we're talking, it's already at 60. It's only been a couple weeks. Oh, 3 weeks. It's gonna keep dropping for sure. So yeah, I just think that's funny. I don't know what Sony was thinking. The lineup was terrible. The using the open source emulator, knew I saw something, was terrible. It was just, what the fuck. And the next thing, and Streamhouse seems to be good, so it must have been something to do with either the bitrate or the resolution I had. Let me make sure there's nothing else down here. I was going to give my impressions on the Xbox One S now that I've had the Xbox for like close to 3 weeks, I think. I was going to give a little more detailed thoughts. I've been playing quite a bit of Forza Horizon 4. Red Knight and I have been playing using the online aspect, and I've been having a good time the last 3 nights or so. So Xbox One S. It's a nice compact system. No AC, no big power brick or whatever. It's quiet. It looks nice. No real issues with the aesthetics. I've always liked the Xbox One controller. I'm using one right now. Um, it's got the 1 terabyte. I got the month of Game Pass, which I've been using. Look at these! Look at these jumping skills. So yeah, I downloaded some games like Rise of the Tomb Raider, Rocket League, and some apps. Got YouTube, got Netflix, Twitch, and just been and using it as a Blu-ray player, and just been kind of giving it a workout, just trying to get used to the system, figure out its, pros and cons, I guess. And overall, I mean, it's a pretty good system. The OS I don't love. It's a little glitchy at times. I didn't know about you can create groups. Basically, it's like a folder, and then you add it to the home menu. So you just hit down, and it's like your list of games and apps that you've selected. So that was a cool addition. But you have to like hit the home button when you're in you're at the home screen. You hit the home button, and that brings up a sub menu on this side of the screen that I'm on, and then you like toggle over to your friends, to your notifications, to start a party, settings. It's just a little bit. It's not like ideal. I don't love it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely, it feels less like a video game machine and more like it's just trying to do everything. Where do I gotta go here? So, overall, it's not bad. Going from Switch and PlayStation 4, where Switch is just, just turn on your games. It's a game system, like there's no messing around. There's no, it's not trying to do anything else. There's really no other features, so and then the PlayStation 4, which I don't have PlayStation Plus, so I can't comment on the online stuff, but I've gotten used to the operating system. I think it's slightly better than the Xbox One so far, as far as like PlayStation 4 for capturing screenshots and everything. It's definitely a little bit better, trimming videos and everything. It's a little bit quicker and smoother. And I'm going to talk over the talking, and I'll probably skip the cutscene up here. And for whatever reason, the last update to this game, I started getting that little glitch on my screen, so just ignore that. But yeah, Xbox One, the visuals, like Forza Horizon 4 looks amazing. Looks as good as anything I've seen on PlayStation 4. But like Rise of the Tomb Raider looks a little blurry. I was playing on PC, but compared to like a PlayStation 4 game, doesn't blow me away on the Xbox One S. I don't have a 4K TV. I don't have any 4K Blu-rays. So I can say it's the best Blu-ray player I've ever owned, and that's being serious. It's the fastest loading, and this is the S model. I put in Mission Impossible Fallout and Man of Steel, and it's the fastest loading Blu-ray player. It's for Man of Steel in particular. I put it in. I took the disc out. I put it in the PS4 to just kind of compare, and then I put the Man of Steel disc back in the Xbox, and it booted me right to where I left off. And no other Blu-ray player has ever been able to do that. There's a few movies, but most of them, like, you want to pick up where you left off, yes or no, or you just have to start from the menu. So it's a good Blu-ray player, and the best thing is it it works with infrared remotes. So my Harmony remote, I can control my Xbox to all my movies, all my functions. I just hit play Xbox, and it does everything. So Okay, Ruby, we're not talking about Fire Emblem. I don't care. So go to Terrell's stream for that kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, it's good Blu-ray player. Good. I mean, overall, it's a decent system. But like I said, there are some little quirks, some glitches. I've had to reboot the console a few times because certain things weren't working. Um, certain apps weren't working quite right. A game wouldn't load. So I've had to reboot the system. Playing Forza Horizon, there's been audio glitches where the engine sound just gets stuck on for about 20-30 seconds. So so yeah, it's not perfect, but I will say it's better than I expected. Oh, that's Jonah. And then what else? What else is there? The apps and stuff all work. I mean, nothing's nothing out of the ordinary. And so overall, it's a decent system for $200 right now. I mean, with Fortnite, I gotta say it's at that price, and with the S model being an improvement over the original, I'd say it's a worthy purchase. If you didn't have a PS4 or something, I don't think you need to, unless you just really got to play Crackdown 3 or, after I talk about Forza Horizon 4. I mean, if I'll compare it to some games, but there's not a lot of games for it. There's not a lot of exclusives, I should say, and it'd be hard to, like I said, justify unless you went with the X and you're gonna have a new third-party box, and you have a 4K TV or something. So I don't hate it like I thought I was. I was kind of, when my buddy showed me it, I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, why do I don't want no Xbox, but overall, it's not the worst thing in the world. So, can I shoot this guy? No. Let me loot this. And as far as like the games experience, like I said on the Juiceless podcast, Game Pass is it's a really nice game rental service. There's not a ton of games on there, but to me, there's a lot of games out there, not worth buying, but I wouldn't mind playing. And I know Meza T thought that was like the craziest thing, but that's just facts to me. On Nintendo, like I said, there is like Kirby Star Allies. I'd play that if Nintendo had a Game Pass. I'd play Mario Super Mario Party. I'd play Octopath Traveler in a second, but I'm not going out and buying these games. So, but like I said, I'm pretty pleasantly surprised with the Xbox One so far, and Forza Horizon 4 is a really fun game. And I kind of knew what it was, but I wasn't really following. Even though if you watch my E3 impressions, whenever they showed this game, how do I hold left trigger and press with fire arrow? Okay, it's been a while. I did think it looked pretty fun. So, just real quick, and this is going to get into the graphics discussion too. If you liked Burnout Paradise or Need for Speed Most Wanted U or 2, if you liked San Francisco Rush back in the day, and if you remember playing GTA 3 for the first time and having that joy you felt from the freedom of exploration and just like curiosity to go different places and stuff, to me Forza Horizon 4 is like a combination of all those things. And I'm having a ton of fun playing that game, especially with the multiplayer. It's just fun to have somebody else with you, your car you can interact with. You do races together. There's all kinds of things on the map, little like speed traps to see how fast you can go by the time you go through it. There's these danger signs where you got to jump a certain distance for star rating. I spend way too much time doing that, and I'm blown away by just how fun it is to play an arcade style open world racing game, and I honestly I would say it's worth the $200 for an Xbox One S. That game alone makes it worth buying for me. But only if you like those games I mentioned. If you don't care about that kind of stuff, then that's really the only game so far that I played that's like wow, like um, I'm really impressed and surprised at how much I like that game. So overall, I don't plan on like building up this library of Xbox games or anything. Shut up. If I had the X, it would be my new main third party machine. My PC it's getting a little dated. My buddy at work keeps hounding me to upgrade. And I mean, we're talking new CPU, motherboard, RAM, graphics card. I mean, you're talking minimum $1,200, and versus $400 for an Xbox One X. So I'm still kind of debating. I could probably guy at work I could probably sell this to, or I don't know. So anyway, let's get on to the graphics, and when I feel they're important, and I made a video about this a while ago, and it's like on the that's on the low end of my list of important things to a video game, like the actual graphics, like art styles ahead of it, gameplay, controls, level design, all that stuff's way more important. But for me, when graphics can be like, all right, this actually adds to the experience, or this actually benefits. And there's two ways to look at it. It's looking at it from a generational leap, and it's looking at it from, all right, I was playing this on base model Xbox One versus playing it now on Xbox One X, or my graphics card was getting a little out of date. I bought a new one, so playing the same game now with more stable frame rate and higher resolution and higher quality visuals, made that a better game. It was already a good game, or already a great game, but now seeing things clearly, or like, let me do something real quick because I was watching a video. Oops, wrong button. Or wrong thing. And there's a shadow quality. You can turn them off. So this is Shadow of the Tomb Raider without shadows, which is kind of a funny thing to say. Now, it's not blurry. It's still a clean looking game, but it just looks off to me. Like, I played this game a lot, so I'm like, yeah, this doesn't look very good. So let's go turn the shadows back on. Of course, I get a phone call. So now I'll turn them back on. Huh, that's what's causing this weird glitch. Anyway. Now we got shadows on, and just, look at the difference in the bushes there. And it's just a setting I can turn on or off, but it makes a pretty big difference in just how everything looks. It doesn't change the game, but I can tell you right now, there's no way I'm going to play this game with shadows off. Like, does that make me a graphics whore? I don't think so. But there's just no way I'd play this game without the shadows. Now that I've seen what they look like, what the game looks like with the shadows, I wouldn't play it without them. Like, it's overall the lighting thing. So that's like a... And what's up, T? God damn it. Skip. So that's like... It doesn't change the gameplay. It doesn't change the story. It doesn't change anything, but it does look more visually appealing. Is it stuttering? Yeah, it says stream health is good, but it's definitely not. Streaming and playing this definitely affects, because this game runs way smoother. I see it streaming on OBS. It's not streaming on my actual gameplay screen, but the OBS is definitely streaming, or definitely stuttering. That sucks. I gotta figure out. I don't know if it's a CPU issue. I don't know if it's a OBS settings issue. Yeah, and I'm like freezing on the screen. That's weird. Why is it doing that? God damn it. Yeah, it looks like shit. Now, last time I did this, I checked my CPU and it wasn't even at like 50%. I'll leave that up over here. Did it start as soon as I started messing with the settings, or was it before? Yeah, CPU's at 70, 85%, so yeah, it's definitely 90, 95%. It's definitely taxing. So, what can I do? That has nothing to do with CPU. Texture quality should be GPU memory. I didn't accidentally turn something else on, did I? Maybe I did. I might have. You can tell, too, that the screen gets glitchy. No, it's just going to be like that. Well, let's see what happens when I close the game and boot it back up. God, that's going to completely... Yeah, Ryzen CPUs are great. But with a motherboard and depending on which one you get, if you get the 8-core, you're looking at like $450 right there just for CPU and motherboard. Then you got to get the RAM, because if you're gonna get that CPU, you better get the high bandwidth, the high speed RAM, like the 3200 RAM, which that's another $150. So $600 just to replace the CPU. You know, and it's like, yeah, in the long term, but for regular stuff, if I'm not trying to stream, this computer's fine. That didn't fix it. God damn it. I don't want to guys have to sit here and watch that stuttering. So maybe I'll just stop doing the gameplay and just finish my thoughts. Yeah, 16 gigs of the good RAM that work with the Ryzen. My buddy just bought some. Got a really good deal for 16 gigs, and he paid $140. So that's if you find a deal. You can find some like open box or damage box from Amazon. Let me turn out the game capture. Why is it not doing my... That's weird, because before I started the game, it showed my background. That's weird. Oh, let me prioritize it. Put it up above. Huh, that didn't change it. Damn it. All right, let me stop and start